Okay, so next I want to show you guys some aging techniques. And I'm just going to use this real quick here, this Aussie thing I was working on. Um, what I usually do for aging is I use the blending modes in layers. Now, you can go one of two ways with this. So I'm going to go to Google and just look up old poster board and go to images. Now, there's a variety of images. Some of them are extreme, some of them are just silly. A lot of them are Shutterstock, they got watermarks. So I'm going to go to Tools and look for large images. Now, you could see here, we're not looking to make wanted posters or anything like that. Not a lot of selections on old poster boards. So I'm going to do old newsprint. I'm going to get newspapers, but we do get something like this, which is pretty good size. It might be a little too water damaged. Let's see if we can find old cardboard background. Oh, okay. Now we're getting into something a little bit better. Especially things like this that have that deep crease. You could tell it's made of a thicker stock. That's kind of nice. It's got some water stains on it, things like that. And it doesn't matter if it's horizontal or vertical because we could flip it. But we're looking for, you don't want stuff that's got this watermark crap on it because you're never going to get past that. You want to try and find some free stuff. And you don't want something that is just too distressed. You're looking for a general background texture. You can do old, or you can do something called chipboard, CHIP. And yeah, chipboard. Now, some of it is obviously going to be lumber-based chipboard, but you can do. Let's see, this one's not too bad. Although that's more pressed board from lumber. So let's go up and chipboard. Let's do paper chipboard. And they still sell chipboard. It's usually used as a table covering to protect it from X-Acto knife cuts. So you have give that a second to materialize. And that's a pretty good standard. Let's see. The more craft board is another word. You gotta wait for it to see. This one's way too digitized. It's got lots of digital noise in it. That's not going to be any use to you. The higher the resolution, the higher quality photographs. So let's look up old craft board with a K. Okay, we got craft board here. You don't want corrugated, that's too much. And then this is like way too much, let's see. You don't want wadded up paper. That's no good. You don't want it to look like it's been in somebody's pocket. Let's see. Another term is rag board. But let's just try old cardboard background. Let's see what we get with that again. Okay, I like this one. And it is, it's a little on the small size, 1280 by 835, but I'll go ahead and open image in new tab. And I'll swipe that one. Save. Blah, 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 blah. It's fine. Okay, I'll just grab that one. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to file, open that. And grab it. Open. I'm going to rotate it. Image 90 degrees clockwise. I'll do 180 because I want that wrinkle coming from the bottom. There we go. That looks good. And if I want, I can flip it, whatever. Okay. I don't like that pink thing, but we'll deal with it. All right, so select all. Oh, wait. Before we do that, we need to check the image size. Image size. Aha! 72 dots per inch. Not going to work. But because it's so big, I can go ahead and max it out at 300. And it will match. And it's still got, I mean, it's a little digitized there, but when we go like this, you can't really tell. All right, so select all, copy, and we'll jump to this one. And I'll hit paste. And it's bigger than my image, which is fine. I can shrink it down. A little squishy there, a little squishy there. It doesn't matter because it's just texture. Now, you could do a couple different things. Now, I could drag, I'm going to pull my layers palette out here so you can see what I'm doing. And let's see here. Is that everybody? Yeah. Okay, so I'm going to hide him temporarily. So we know we have the Osborne text, the Ozzy text, we have that layer of Ozzy's face, we have a star, we have, there was another polygon, oh, yeah, I need to delete that one. Trash can, yes, go away. We had two of those pink things, but we're only using one, so I'll ditch that. Okay, and then we've got our yellow box, our second Ozzy picture, our pink, or our star, our pink ellipse, and then our white background. And then we got this texture. Now, if I take the texture and drag it all the way below the artwork, not below the background because I can't do that, but to there, and turn it on, okay, obviously everything looks like a sore thumb because it's really sticking out on this. Now I noticed something else too. The light of whoever photographed this chipboard or this piece of cardboard, you'll notice it gets lighter on the left as it goes from left to right. So I'm going to be messing with that a little bit anyway, but I'm going to go ahead and lighten it a little. Adjustments, brightness and contrast. And I'm going to knock back the contrast a little. So it's a little more dead. It's not so rich in color. And probably not bad. Maybe up the brightness a little. So it's a little more washed out looking. That looks a little bit better. The lighting isn't so obvious. Now, the first thing we notice is, as I zoom in, is see how crisp and clean everything is? It's not on this board. It's obviously not on this piece of cardboard. So how do you affect that? Well, if I go to the, let's go to the pink ellipse. And under layer, you have right here something that says normal. These are the blending modes. So if I do a darken, well, now you can kind of see some of the cardboard through it, but it made our pink really knocked back. We can do lighten. Too light. And see, as I roll over each one, it lets me see what it's going to look like. And now it's kind of on the paper. But it's still a little on the funky side. It's on the paper. This paper may actually be too textured. And then there's something called overlay, but that's too bright. Let's try this thing called multiply. Multiply, it makes the color darker, but it blends the two surfaces together. Now, let's zoom out a little. Now let's do the same thing to the star. We'll make it multiply. Didn't like that. Let's try overlay. No, didn't like that. So that fill of that star is a problem. So we may have to change the fill of that star. Alright, I'm going to temporarily hide the star. And let's just select the Aussie and do overlay or... overlay, he's a little bit too transparent. Multiply. That's fine. Now, he's really darkened now. But we can lighten him up. We can brighten him up. But if you look, all of this is now on that paper. Or it feels like it's on that paper. Still a little clean. Might be a little too clean. Okay. But it's starting to blend more. Now, if I did the same thing with the Aussie and Osborne, and I'd made them multiply as well, okay, we can start to see the paper through it. Now, this particular piece of cardstock just might be too much. That's a lot of texture on that thing. So what could we do to knock that back a little and still have a little bit of tone to it? Well, one of the things I could do is I could make a rectangle, just make a whole new rectangle layer that covers the entire piece of paper, like so. Alright, it's got this ugly ass green fill, whatever. And I'm going to drop it down just above that paper layer. And instead of green, of course, I'm going to fill it with, let's go with a kind of a light cream, maybe. Let's go that color with it. Is it going to let me change it? Oh, there it is. I'm sorry, I had it on the wrong thing. It's up there at the top. There we go. Let's try this light cream color. And now let's make this blend on top of that piece of paper. Multiply. No. Overlay. Ooh, no. No, it's just too bright. But if I went with maybe a darker, drabber... Yeah, see, that texture is just really kicking our ass, isn't it? I'm afraid this background color, or this background thing, isn't going to work. I'm going to dump it. And that's one of the things you're going to run into, is that one particular thing just isn't going to cut it. So let's go look at that old news. I understand. Let's go look at that old newsprint again. Old newsprint. Images, tools, size, large. Let's see. They're very red and yellowed. Let's see what we got down here. No. Old cardboard. Just old cardboard. Is this the same one we had a while ago? Oh, it's got watermarks on it. Damn it. There's the one we had a while ago. Let's see. Vector stock. Do you have? Oh, you've got all kinds of watermarks on you. Don't you? That's terrible anyway. Just awful. What are you? You have a little bit of a watermark. Open image and new tab. Let's take a look and see what we've got here. Now, this is folded down the middle. This actually might be okay. I can clone that out in Photoshop. That shouldn't be a problem. So let's go ahead and save this one and see if that looks any better. File, open. That one, open. Rotate. And then I'm going to get my clone stamper. Make my thing a little bit bigger and target, goodbye, target, goodbye, target, goodbye, target, goodbye, target, goodbye, target, goodbye.